Jake Morrison stood at the big window of the space station. He was looking out at the stars like he did every morning. But today was different. Today, something was wrong. The coffee cup in his hand shook as he saw them coming. Giant ships, bigger than anything he had ever seen, were appearing from nowhere. They came out of the darkness between the stars like ghosts, becoming real. Double quotes Jake. Are you seeing this? Came a voice behind him. He turned around. Lisa Harper walked up to him. She was the station science officer. Her face was white with fear. How many are there? Jake asked. Lisa looked at her tablet. My computer says 300 ships, maybe more. Jake felt his heart sink. Earth's entire space fleet had only 47 ships. These alien vessels were huge. Each one was as big as a small moon. They had strange, crystal-like surfaces that caught the light from the sun. Send a message to Earth, Jake said. Tell them we have visitors. Lisa nodded and ran to her workstation. Jake kept watching the alien ships. They were moving slowly toward Earth. There was something scary about how calm they looked. Like they knew they had already won. On Earth, alarms were ringing everywhere. In the big building where the world's leaders met, people were running around in panic. Admiral Carl Bennett sat at a long table. His face was serious as he looked at the pictures coming from space. How long do we have? He asked. A young officer spoke up. The alien ships will reach Earth's moon in 2 days, sir. Carl closed his eyes. He had been a soldier for 30 years. He had fought in wars and seen terrible things. But this was different. This was the end of everything if they lost. Get me Captain Rodriguez, he said. Amy Rodriguez was on her ship, the UES Defiant. It was Earth's biggest warship. But compared to the alien vessels, it looked like a toy. Amy had been a captain for 10 years. She had never lost a battle. But she had never faced anything like this. Captain, her communications officer said, we're getting a message from the alien fleet. Amy's stomach dropped. Put it on the main screen. The screen in front of her changed. Instead of stars, she saw a face. It was not human. The creature had blue skin and yellow eyes. It wore what looked like a uniform covered in strange symbols. People of Earth, the alien said. Its voice was cold and proud. I am Commander Zeeth Kol of the Zephyrian Empire. We have come to your world to make you part of our empire. Amy felt anger rise in her chest. This is Captain Rodriguez of the Earth Defense Fleet. Earth is not interested in joining your empire. The alien laughed. It was not a nice sound. You do not understand. We are not asking. We are telling. You have 72 hours to surrender. If you do not, we will destroy your planet. We will never surrender, Amy said. Then you will die, Zeeth Kol replied. The screen went black. Amy turned to her crew. She could see fear in their eyes. But she also saw something else. She saw the same thing she felt inside herself. They would not go down without a fight. All hands, prepare for battle, she announced over the ship's speakers, back on the space station. Jake was reading reports about the alien empire. What he learned made him sick to his stomach. The Zephyrians had conquered over 3,000 worlds. They had weapons that could break planets apart. Their shields could stop nuclear bombs like they were toys. We can't win, Lisa said quietly. She was reading the same reports. Jake looked at her. Maybe we can't win, but we can make them remember us. On Earth, families were saying goodbye to each other. Children were crying. Adults were trying to be brave. Everyone knew that in 2 days, everything might be over. In the big cities, people were praying. Some were running away, trying to find safe places to hide. Others were standing together, ready to fight even though they knew they could not win. The president of Earth spoke to everyone on television. My fellow humans, she said, We face our darkest hour. But we are not afraid. We are human. We have always found a way to survive. We will find a way now. But deep inside, everyone knew the truth. The aliens were too strong. Their ships were too big. Their weapons were too powerful. Earth was about to fall. Jake looked out at the alien fleet one more time. The ships were getting closer. Soon they would be close enough to attack. He thought about his home on Earth. He thought about his family. He thought about all the people who would die. But he also thought about something else. Humans had always been good at surprising their enemies. Maybe, just maybe, they could surprise these aliens too. The alien ships kept coming. Earth kept waiting. And somewhere in the darkness of space, something else was watching. Something that had been waiting for a very long time. The battle for Earth was about to begin. But neither the humans nor the aliens knew that they were not alone. Ancient eyes were watching. Ancient powers were stirring. And soon, everything would change. The small escape pod fell through Earth's sky like a burning star. It crashed into the desert with a loud bang that could be heard for miles. Sand flew everywhere as the metal pod dug deep into the ground. Colonel Ryan Mitchell got the call at 3 a.m. "Sir, we have a crash in the Nevada desert. It's not one of ours." Ryan was awake in seconds. "Alien?" "Yes, sir." The pod came from the direction of their fleet. Ryan got dressed quickly. "Get a team ready. We're going to check it out." The pod was still smoking when Ryan and his soldiers arrived. It was small, only big enough for one person. Strange symbols were carved into its metal surface. The door was open. "There's someone inside," one of the soldiers said. Ryan walked closer. Inside the pod was a creature that looked almost human. It had blue skin and long white hair. Its clothes were torn and bloody. It was still breathing, but just barely. "Get a medical team here now," Ryan ordered. The alien woke up in a white room. Bright lights hurt its eyes. It tried to sit up, but felt weak. A human man in a uniform was sitting next to the bed. "Easy," Ryan said. "You're safe now." The alien looked at him with yellow eyes. You speak my language?" "Our computers learned it from your people's messages," Ryan explained. "What's your name?" "I am Kethver," the alien said. "I was an officer in the Imperial Intelligence Service." "Why did you come here?" Ryan asked. Kethver closed his eyes. "To warn you. To tell you the truth about why we came to your world." Ryan felt confused. "I thought you came to conquer us." "That is what my people believe," Kethver said. "But they are wrong. We did not come here to conquer. We came here to hide." "Hide from what?" Kethver opened his eyes. They were full of fear. "From the darkness that is eating our empire. From the thing that has been destroying our worlds one by one." Ryan called for Dr. Lisa Harper and Professor Sam Carter. Lisa was good with alien biology. Sam was good with alien languages. Together, they might be able to learn what Kethver really knew. "Start from the beginning," Lisa said gently. Kethver took a deep breath. 6 months ago, we lost contact with our outer colonies. At first, we thought it was just communication problems. But then our scout ships went to check. They found nothing. The planets were still there, but all life was gone. "What happened to the people?" Sam asked. "We don't know," Kethver said. "There were no bodies, no signs of battle, just empty worlds." "How many worlds have you lost?" Ryan asked. 237, Kethver said quietly. "And the number grows every day." Lisa felt a chill run down her back. "What's causing it?" "Something ancient," Kethver said. "Something that has been sleeping for millions of years. Our scientists found old records in the ruins of dead civilizations. They all tell the same story. When a species becomes too violent, too aggressive, something comes to clean them up, Clean them up, Ryan repeated. Remove them from the galaxy, Kethvar explained. The Zephyrian Empire has conquered 3,000 worlds. We have destroyed entire species. We have broken the rules of the universe, and now something is punishing us. Sam looked at his notes. Why come to Earth? Why not just run away? Kethvar smiled sadly. Because we found something in your solar system. Something that might protect us. What did you find? Lisa asked. Your ancient myths, Kethvar said. Your stories about sky gods and star guardians. We studied your history. Every culture on your planet has stories about beings that came from the stars to protect Earth. Ryan shook his head. Those are just stories. No, Kethvar said. They are memories. Memories of something real. Something that still exists. Lisa felt her heart racing. What are you saying? I'm saying that Earth is protected, Kethvar said. There is something in your solar system that is older and more powerful than anything in the galaxy. The Zephyrians want to control it. They want to use it to save themselves. But that's not possible, Sam said. If something like that existed, we would know about it. Kethvar laughed, but it was not a happy sound. You know nothing about your own solar system. The structures are there, hidden in plain sight. Your moon is not what you think it is. Your asteroid belt is not natural. Even your sun has been changed. Ryan stood up. I need to call the Admiral. Wait, Kethvar said. There is something else you must know. My people will never ask for help. They are too proud. They would rather take what they need by force than admit they need help from a younger species. So they're going to attack. Use anyway? Lisa asked. Yes, Kethvar said. They believe they can conquer Earth and then use whatever protects it for themselves. They don't understand that it doesn't work that way. What do you mean? Ryan asked. The protection is for you, Kethvar said. It was made for humans. It will not work for anyone else. If the Zephyrians attack Earth, they will wake something that has been sleeping for millions of years. And when it wakes up, it will not be happy. Lisa felt scared. What will happen? The end of the Zephyrian Empire, Kethvar said simply. And maybe the end of everything else, too. Ryan looked at his watch. They had less than 60 hours before the alien fleet would attack. How do we stop this? You can't, Kethvar said. My people have made their choice. They will attack, and your guardians will respond. All you can do is pray that when the dust settles, there will still be a galaxy left. Outside, the alien fleet was moving closer to Earth. The Zephyrian commanders were making their final plans. They had no idea that one of their own was trying to save them from their own pride. And somewhere in the darkness of space, ancient sensors were starting to wake up. Something was coming to threaten the children of Earth, and that was something that could not be allowed to happen. Dr. Ben Hayes was working late in the basement of the Smithsonian Museum. Books and papers were spread all over his desk. He had been there for 3 days, looking through old stories and myths from around the world. His phone rang. It was his friend Dr. Kate Sullivan, a scientist who studied space and physics. Ben, are you still at the museum? Kate asked. Yes, I'm still here, Ben said. I think I found something important. What is it? Ben looked at the papers in front. Of him, I've been reading myths from every culture on Earth. Stories from China, Egypt, Greece, America, everywhere. They all say the same thing. What do they say? That beings from the stars came to Earth long ago. They watched over humans. They protected us from danger. Then one day, they left but promised to return if we ever needed them. Kate was quiet for a moment. Ben, those are just stories. No, they're not, Ben said. Listen to this. The Chinese called them the Star Watchers. The Egyptians called them the Sky Gods. The Greeks called them the Titan Guardians. Different names, but the same story. What story? That they built things in the sky to protect Earth. Things that look like natural objects, but are really machines. Kate felt her heart start to beat faster. What kind of machines? Weapons, shields, guardians that sleep until Earth is in danger. Kate was quiet again. Then she said, Ben, I think you need to come to my lab right now. Ben drove across the city to Kate's laboratory. When he got there, she was standing in front of a giant computer screen. On the screen was a picture of the solar system. Look at this, Kate said. She pointed to the asteroid belt between Mars and Jupiter. I've been studying the asteroids with our most powerful telescopes. Something is wrong with them. What do you mean? They're too organized, Kate said. Asteroids should be scattered randomly through space, but these ones are in perfect patterns, like they were put there on purpose. Ben looked at the screen. That's impossible. The asteroid belt is natural, is it? Kate asked. She pressed a button, and the picture changed. Now it showed the rings around Saturn. Look at this. The rings are made of ice and rock. But when I look at them with special equipment, I can see metal structures inside them. Ben's eyes got wide. Metal structures? Yes, and that's not all. Kate pressed another button. The screen now showed Earth's moon. I've been studying the moon, too. We always thought it was just a big rock. But look at this. The picture on the screen changed. Now Ben could see inside the moon. There were huge empty spaces, like rooms or tunnels. The moon is hollow, Kate said quietly. Ben sat down in a chair. His legs felt weak. This can't be real. It is real, Kate said. And there's more. I've found energy readings coming from all these places. Very faint, but they're there, like something is sleeping inside them. Ben thought about all the myths he had read. The stories say that the Guardians would wake up when Earth was in danger. Well, Kate said, Earth is definitely in danger now. They worked together for hours, studying the data. The more they found, the more amazing it became. The moon was not just hollow. It was a giant machine. The asteroid belt was not random rocks. It was a fleet of sleeping spaceships. Even the rings of Saturn were really a huge defense system. How old is all this? Ben asked. Kate looked at her computer. The materials are older than anything we've ever found. Maybe millions of years old. Who built it? I don't know, Kate said. But whoever they were, they cared about Earth. They built the most powerful defense system in the galaxy to protect. Use. Ben felt scared and excited at the same time. We need to tell someone about this. Who would believe us? Kate asked. Before Ben could answer, the phone rang. Kate answered it. Dr. Sullivan? This is Admiral Bennett. We need you and Dr. Hayes to come to the command center right away. When they got to the command center, they found people running everywhere. Big screens showed the alien fleet getting closer to Earth. Admiral Bennett looked tired and worried. Dr. Hayes, Dr. Sullivan, he said. We understand you've been studying our solar system. We need to know what you found. Ben looked at Kate. Then he looked at the Admiral. Sir, I think our solar system has been protected for millions of years. There are ancient machines hidden everywhere, disguised as natural objects. Machines? The Admiral asked. Yes, sir, Kate said. The moon, the asteroid belt, Saturn's rings, maybe more. They're all artificial. They're all very old. And they're all starting to wake up. A young officer ran up to them. Admiral, we're getting strange readings from the moon. Energy levels are rising. The Admiral looked at Ben and Kate. Is this connected to the alien fleet? I think so, Ben said. The old myths say that the Guardians would wake up when Earth was threatened. Well, Earth is definitely threatened now. What will happen when they wake up? The Admiral asked. Kate looked at her data. I don't know, sir. But whatever happens, I don't think the aliens are going to like it. On the main screen, they could see the alien fleet moving closer. The ships looked huge and powerful. But somewhere in the dark of space, older things were stirring. Things that had been built to protect Earth, no matter what. Commander Jake Morrison called from the space station. Admiral, we're seeing movement in the asteroid belt. Objects that we thought were rocks are starting to move. Moving how? The Admiral asked. They're changing shape, sir. They're becoming something else. Ben felt a chill run down his back. It's starting. What's starting? The Admiral asked. The awakening, Ben said. The Guardians are waking up. Outside, the alien fleet continued toward Earth. The Zephyrian commanders were confident. They had conquered 3,000 worlds. One more would be easy, but they didn't know that Earth was not like other worlds. Earth was special. Earth was protected, and the things that protected it were older and more powerful than anything in the galaxy. The battle for Earth was about to begin, but it would not be the battle that anyone expected. Lieutenant Commander Alex Stone was staring at his computer screen in shock. The numbers he was seeing couldn't be real, but they were right there in front of him. Sir, he called to Admiral Bennett, you need to see this. The Admiral walked over to Alex's station. What is it? Energy readings from the asteroid belt, sir. They're going through the roof. Admiral Bennett looked at the screen. The energy levels were higher than anything they had ever seen. How high? Higher than our entire planet's power grid, sir. And it's still climbing. Across the room, Dr. Kate Sullivan was working with her team. They had computers connected to every telescope and sensor on Earth. What they were seeing was impossible. The asteroids are transforming, Kate said. They're not rocks anymore. They're becoming ships. Ships? Admiral Bennett asked. Yes, sir. Giant ships. Bigger than anything the aliens have. And they're all heading toward Earth. Dr. Ben Hayes was reading through more ancient texts. Admiral, I found something. The myths say that the Guardians were not just machines. They were alive. They could think and feel. What do you mean? I mean, they're not just weapons, sir. They're intelligent beings. And they've been waiting for this moment for millions of years. On the space station, Jake Morrison was watching the show through his telescope. What he saw made him feel small and scared. The things coming out of the asteroid belt were huge beyond belief. They were shaped like crystals, but they moved like living creatures. Earth Command, this is Space Station Alpha, Jake said into his radio. I can see them clearly now. They're beautiful and terrifying at the same time. The first Guardian reached Earth's orbit. It was as big as a small moon, covered in glowing patterns that pulsed like a heartbeat. It stopped near the moon and waited. And the moon began to change. The surface cracked open like an egg. Inside, lights began to shine. Structures rose from the surface, tall and elegant like crystal towers. The moon was revealing its true nature. My God, Kate whispered. The moon is a space station, a giant space station. More Guardians arrived. They came from the asteroid belt, from the outer planets, from places humans had never even looked. Each one was different, but they all had the same purpose: to protect Earth. Dr. Lisa Harper was still with the alien prisoner, Kethver. When the Guardians began to appear, he sat up in his bed. It has begun, he said quietly. What has begun? Lisa asked. The awakening of the architect's children, Kethver said. Your protectors are waking up. The architects? The race that built the Guardians millions of years ago. They were the first intelligent species in the galaxy. They traveled everywhere, planting seeds of life on suitable worlds. When their work was done, they built Guardians to protect their children. Lisa felt amazed. We're their children? All intelligent life is their children, Kethver said. But Earth was their final project, their masterpiece. That's why your guardians are the most powerful in the galaxy. The largest guardian positioned itself between Earth and the alien fleet. It was so big that it cast a shadow across entire continents. Then it began to speak. The voice came from everywhere at once. Every radio, every television, every computer on Earth carried the same message. It spoke in perfect English, but somehow everyone in the world understood it in their own language. Children of Earth, the voice said, I am Sentinel Prime, first guardian of this world. We have watched over you since your species first looked up at the stars. We have protected you from dangers you never knew existed. And now we protect you again. Admiral Bennett grabbed his radio. This is Admiral Bennett of the Earth Defense Force. Who are you? We are the legacy of the architects, Sentinel Prime replied. We are the guardians of life. We have slept for millions of years, waiting for the day when our children would need us. That day has come. What do you want from us? The Admiral asked. Nothing, Sentinel Prime said. You are our purpose. You are why we exist. To protect. You is our only desire. Colonel Ryan Mitchell was watching all this from his base. What about the alien fleet? They will be given one chance to leave, Sentinel Prime said. If they refuse, they will be removed. The alien fleet was still approaching Earth, but now they were seeing things that made no sense. Ships were appearing out of nowhere. The moon was turning into a fortress, and something huge was blocking their path. Commander Zithkal stood on the bridge of his flagship. What are those things? Unknown, sir, his science officer said. But they're reading power levels that our instruments can't measure. Are they weapons? Sir, they're not just weapons. They're something else. Something we've never seen before. Zethkal felt afraid for the first time in his life. Send a message to the fleet. All ships, prepare for battle. But before he could give the order to attack, every screen on his ship showed the same thing. A being of pure light was looking at him. Its eyes were older than stars. Commander Zethkal, Sentinel Prime said, I know who you are. I know what you have done. You have conquered worlds and enslaved species. You have broken the sacred laws of life. Who are you to judge us? Zethkal demanded. I am the guardian of this world, Sentinel Prime replied. And you are threatening my children. That is something I cannot allow. We are the Zephyrian Empire. We have conquered 3,000 worlds. We will conquer this one too. No, Sentinel Prime said simply. You will not. You have one chance to leave this system. Take it, or face the consequences. Zethkal felt his pride take over. We do not run from primitives and their toys. All ships attack. The alien fleet opened fire. Thousands of powerful weapons shot beams of energy at Earth. The beams were hot enough to melt mountains and strong enough to crack planets, but they never reached Earth. The Guardians moved. They didn't look like they were trying hard. They just moved, and the alien weapons stopped working. The deadly beams of energy simply disappeared. Impossible, Zethkal whispered. Commander, Sentinel Prime said, you have made your choice. Now face the consequences of your actions. One guardian, smaller than the others, moved toward the alien fleet. It was still bigger than any ship the aliens had ever built. As it got closer, the alien weapons began to shut down. Their shields stopped working. Their engines went quiet. The guardian didn't attack. It didn't need to. It just existed, and the alien technology couldn't function near it. Sir, the science officer said in panic, all our systems are failing. It's like our technology is forgetting how to work. Zethkal realized with horror that they were completely helpless. These guardians were so advanced that they made Zephyrian technology look like stone tools. Children of Earth, Sentinel Prime announced, you are safe. Your guardians are awake, and we will never sleep again while you need us. The battle for Earth was over before it began. The most powerful empire in the galaxy had been stopped by guardians so old and advanced that they were like forces of nature. But the guardians were not finished. They had something important to tell the aliens. Something that would change the course of galactic history. The Zephyrian fleet floated helplessly in space. Their mighty warships, which had conquered 3,000 worlds, were now as useless as broken toys. Every weapon was dead. Every shield was down. Every engine was silent. Commander Zethkal stood on his bridge, watching the impossible scene outside. The Guardians surrounded his fleet like giants watching insects. He had never felt so small and powerless. Sir, his communications officer said with a shaking voice, the beings want to talk. To you. Admiral Bennett was in the Earth Command Center. Fleet Admiral Marcus Webb had just arrived to take command of the situation. But really, there was nothing for humans to command. The Guardians were in control now. Admiral Webb, Sentinel Primes. Voice filled the room. We wish to speak to the invaders. Will you allow us to use your communication systems? Of course, Admiral Webb replied. Whatever you need. The main screen in the command center showed the alien fleet. Then Sentinel Prime appeared on the screen. The being looked like it was, made of starlight and ancient wisdom. Commander Zethkal, Sentinel Prime said, we meet at last. Zethkal tried to stand straight and proud, but he felt like a child being scolded by a parent. What do you want? To give you a warning, Sentinel Prime said, and to tell you the truth about what has been happening to your empire. What truth? The truth about why your outer colonies have been disappearing. The truth about what you call the darkness that eats worlds. Zethkal felt his heart skip. You know about that? We know everything, Sentinel Prime said. We have been watching the galaxy for millions of years. We know about the cleaning protocol. The what? Long ago, the architects built more than just guardians to protect individual worlds. They built a system to protect the galaxy itself. When a species becomes too violent, too aggressive, too dangerous to other forms of life, the system activates. Dr. Kate Sullivan was listening from Earth. What kind of system? A cleaning system, Sentinel Prime explained. Automated ships that remove dangerous species from the galaxy. They have been hunting the Zephyrian Empire for months. Kefir, the alien prisoner, closed his eyes. I knew it. I knew we had gone too far. The Zephyrian Empire has destroyed entire species, Sentinel Prime continued. You have enslaved billions of beings. You have broken the sacred laws of life. The cleaning protocol was activated to stop you. Zethkal felt sick. How do we stop it? You cannot stop it, Sentinel Prime said. It will continue until every trace of the Zephyrian Empire is gone. Unless what? Unless you change. Unless you stop being the thing that triggered the protocol in the first place. How do we do that? You must give up your empire. You must free all the species you have enslaved. You must become peaceful. Only then will the cleaning protocol leave you alone. Zethkal felt angry. We will never give up our empire. We are the masters of the galaxy. Then you will die, Sentinel Prime said simply. All of you. The cleaning protocol is patient, but it is thorough. It will hunt you across the galaxy until none of you remain. We came here to hide, Zethkal said. We thought Earth's guardians would protect us too. Earth's guardians protect Earth, Sentinel Prime replied. We do not protect those who threaten our children. And you, Commander, came here to conquer our children. That makes you our enemy. Admiral. Webb spoke up. What happens now? Now the Zephyrians must choose, Sentinel Prime said. They can leave this system and try to outrun the cleaning protocol, or they can stay and face us. Either way, they will not harm Earth. And if we choose to fight you? Zethkal asked. Then you will lose, Sentinel Prime said. We are older than your civilization. We are more powerful than your weapons. We are the guardians of life itself. You cannot defeat us. To prove the point, one of the smaller guardians moved close to the alien flagship. It didn't attack, but every piece of technology on the ship began to break down. Metal turned to dust. Computers forgot how to work. Even the air recycling system stopped running. Stop, Zethkal cried. Please stop. The Guardian moved away, and the ship's systems slowly came back online. That was a gentle touch, Sentinel Prime said. If we truly wished to harm you, you would already be gone. Jake Morrison was watching from the space station. He had seen many amazing things in his life, but nothing like this. Are they really going to let the aliens go? We do not destroy unless we must, Sentinel Prime said, somehow hearing his question. The Zephyrians are not evil, just lost. They have forgotten that all life is precious. Perhaps facing the cleaning protocol will teach them that lesson. What about Earth? Admiral Webb asked. What happens to us now? Earth continues as it always has, Sentinel Prime said. You will grow and learn and explore the galaxy. But now you know that you are not alone. We are here, watching over you, protecting you. Will we ever see you again? Dr. Ben Hayes asked. When you need us, we will be here, Sentinel Prime promised. But we hope that day never comes. We hope you will find peace and happiness among the stars. Zethkal looked at his dead fleet and his frightened crew. We will leave your system, but the cleaning protocol will find us eventually. Perhaps, Sentinel Prime said, but perhaps not. You have a choice, Commander. You can keep running and fighting until you are all dead. Or you can choose to become something better. What do you mean? Stop conquering. Start helping. Instead of destroying worlds, try protecting them. Instead of enslaving species, try befriending them. The galaxy needs guardians, not conquerors. Zethkal was quiet for a long moment. Then he said, How do we know the cleaning protocol will accept that? Because we will tell it to, Sentinel Prime said. We are older than the cleaning protocol. If you truly change, if you truly become protectors instead of destroyers, we will speak for you. And if we don't change, then you will face the same fate as every other species that chose destruction over creation. The alien fleet began to move away from Earth. Their ships were still damaged, but they were working again. As they prepared to leave, Zethkal sent one last message. Thank you, he said, for the warning, for the chance. We will try to be better. We hope you will, Sentinel Prime replied. The Zephyrian ships disappeared into hyperspace, leaving Earth's solar system forever. On their bridge screens, the alien commanders could see the cleaning protocol ships in the distance, still hunting them. But now they had hope. Now they had a choice. Back on Earth, people came out of their hiding places. Children stopped crying. Adults hugged each other in the streets. The war that everyone thought would destroy them was over before it began. Admiral Webb stood in the command center, looking at the Guardians through the window. What do we do now? Now you live, Sentinel Prime said. You grow. You learn. You become the species the architects always knew you could be. Will you stay with us? Dr. Lisa Harper asked. We are always with you, Sentinel Prime replied. Some of us will return to our hiding places, ready to wake if needed. But others will remain visible, to remind you that you are protected and loved. The largest Guardian, the one that had blocked the alien fleet, began to move toward the moon. As it got closer, the two ancient structures seemed to dance together in space. The moon will remain as it is now, Sentinel Prime explained. A symbol of protection, a reminder that Earth is special. Your children and their children will look up at the night sky and know they are safe. Dr. Ben Hayes was already thinking about all the research they could do. Can we learn from you? Can you teach us about the architects? In time, Sentinel Prime said, but slowly. Knowledge must be earned, not given. As your species grows wiser, we will share more of our secrets. Captain Amy Rodriguez was still on her ship, the UES Defiant. Her crew was cheering and celebrating, but she felt thoughtful. Sentinel Prime, are there other species out there like us? Other children of the architects? Many, Sentinel Prime said. The galaxy is full of life. Most species never learn about their guardians. They grow and explore, and live their lives in peace. But some, like you, face great dangers and need our help. What makes us special? Amy asked. You never gave up, Sentinel Prime said. Even when facing impossible odds, you were ready to fight for your world. The architects chose well when they decided to make Earth their masterpiece. Jake Morrison was still on the space station, but now he wasn't afraid to look out at the stars. The universe seemed less scary now. Will we ever meet the architects themselves? The architects moved beyond this dimension long ago, Sentinel Prime explained. But in a way, you meet them every day. Every act of kindness, every moment of love, every choice to protect instead of destroy, that is the architect legacy living through you. As the days passed, life on Earth began to return to normal. But it was a different kind of normal. People looked up at the moon and saw not just a rock in the sky, but a guardian watching over them. Scientists studied the new data about their solar system with wonder and excitement. The asteroid belt became a place of pilgrimage. Some of the guardians there remained visible, slowly moving through space like gentle giants. Space tourists came from all over Earth to see them. Dr. Kate Sullivan started a new research program to study Guardian technology. But the Guardians were careful about what they revealed. They gave humans just enough knowledge to help them grow, but not so much that it would hurt them. Kethvar, the alien prisoner, chose to stay.